I will start with a prayer. Om Gananam Tva Ganapatim Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamachyavastamam Yadharajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspatana Srunvannu Vidhisridasadanam Om Shri Mahaganadhipataye Namah Om Vrishadham Chashaninam Vishwarupamadagham Vrihasvatim Varenyam Om Tadvishno Paramam Param Sada Pashyanti Suraya Devi Vachachurasatam Om Shrim Hrim Mahalakshmi Namah Om Shrim Hrim Jyotish Namah. And everybody say after me, Hare Ramakrishna. 3 times. Om Hare Ramakrishna, Hare Ramakrishna, Hare Ramakrishna. Welcome back to the class. I hope you had a nice 1 month. You guys were planning to do something, like prepare for the next book or something. Did you guys make any progress? Didn't do anything? Okay. Okay, good. Had a great time in India. Had an excellent trip. The Homam in Chennai went very well. The Satyani Homam was very nice. And I visited around 25 temples before the Homam. In the week before that, around 25 temples. All in South India. All basically Tirupati and South. Tirupati, Srikalahasti, Rameshwaram, Kanyakumari, Srirangam, Mumbai, Kanchi, etc. etc. So everything went well. It was a great trip. I'm happy to be back. We will slowly have to come to speed. First will be, I think this class will be very slow, but in the next class we will pick up speed. And also there was a request before I went to India to give some structure to the class so that have some syllabus or something. Make it a little more formal, which is just too informal. That is your suggestion. So I will also take that into consideration in the coming classes. Slowly I have to bring myself up to speed on the syllabus for the BA program. So I will look at the syllabus and try to follow the syllabus to some extent. So we'll do that from 2 classes from now. We will start making some progress on that. So for today I wasn't really planning to cover any specific thing. I didn't really think about what to do. So what I can do is, if you have any questions, I can answer those questions. And if you have any complicated charts that you saw in the last month. Actually, did you see any charts in the last 1 month? Oh, very good. Okay. So Seshu wants to look at a chart. Are there any other people who want to look at any specific chart? Yours? No. Not your chart.
My job situation last year, I just want to update. 28th January, like I said, we spoke on 22nd January. And he suggested that the following week I should do the networking and then I did the same day with Vijay Garu. And I got a call immediately on the following Friday. Then next Monday, same day I also told Subara Garu. He also followed a couple of things in State Street. State Street included me on the, in fact, included me on 27th January, Friday. And on 6th February, State Street, Monday was first. And 10th February, the second group, which is again on Friday. So this is the Venus Dasa, that's why I also highlighted on Friday. Everything happened on a Friday.
Okay, good.
We took that interview as well as the second interview also happened on Friday. That's why it's going to be done. And normally I believe it takes almost 2 months to get a finalize the plan.
Yeah.
In my case, it just happened in a week. And I got the offer letter on 10, 16 for total. And
Is it a Friday too?
Huh?
Is it a Friday too? No.
No. It's a Thursday. Thursday.
Okay. Yeah.
Then I wanted to join in a second March, but they said 6 March you can join. So I joined the statement 6 March.
Okay.
And formally I asked for the termination of the whole company.
Yeah.
So they say that I said,
Yeah.
you said it will be terminated from the company, the whole company.
Yeah.
This happened on 24th February.
Okay. Good.
Thank you very much for the correct prediction you did.
Not me, the class. Congratulations. All the best for you. We hope you stay in this job for a long time. Okay. Any other charts that you want to discuss? Huh? Yeah. Okay. So we'll see the chart that Seshu Garu wants to see. Data? May 26? Yeah. 4:37? 4:37 is the given time. You are expecting 4:37, 34. We will take your expectation. Okay. Okay. Nellore. Nellore, NGLLORE. Nellore, India. I think there is only one Nellore. Yeah. What is the, for me? 58, 14, not 26. You don't have to give the, what is the name or initials? Anita. ANITHA. TA, Anita. Take this example. Okay, 1 second. Okay, let me take the note. In California. Okay. Second child?
July 2005. Sometime from September,
From September?
She got into some state where mind is affected sadly. And she, all of a sudden, she just gets into some vacuum mode and she's eating something very good and gets into different.
Goes into vacuum mode, speaks incoherently.
Not really, but so if she was somebody asked me about how do you she is currently in hospital about 2 weeks back. Somebody asked me.
In hospital?
So in hospital, how do we also she had suffering from the mental disorder sadly.
Okay.
So what can we do?
Okay. In case the mic did not capture it, for those who are listening to the audio, this lady is in California, in USA, and she had her second child in July 2005. And from September, she's been having some mental problems. She goes into a mental state where she speaks incoherently, and it feels as though she is in some kind of vacuum, mental vacuum. So basically, her mind has become unstable in September. And a couple of weeks back, Seshu was contacted because she was in hospital. And probably people close to her were wondering what to do and what is in store for her. Okay, let us look at this. Actually, before we look at it, why don't you tell us what you thought? We can take that as the starting point.
What I did in this case is Lagna was reasonably accurate.
Yeah.
Very poor.
Okay.
And then
So Seshu was taking Lagna to be reasonably accurate.
yeah. And then I kind of simply think that the fourth house is badly affected with the Lagna Lord in the fourth house.
Yeah.
And also with the Vadaka Saturn.
Yeah.
And the fourth Lord is in Lagna, which is affected with Ketu.
Yeah.
So I was thinking on simple terms to strengthen. Also I have seen that the Vara Lord is not. So I wanted to strengthen first thing the Vara Lord to give her the strength to deal with her instability.
Yeah.
So that she can get strong.
Yeah.
And Also because it is Nakshatra Lord happens to be Ketu in this case.
Yeah.
So the Nakshatra Lord, if we place the Nakshatra Lord also is going to be useful to the girl.
Okay.
So I suggested her a mantra basically, which is Om Ram Hanumataye Namaha.
Hanuma?
Hanumataye Namaha.
Why Hanumataye?
Hanumataye Namaha is, why not ye?
Who said Hanumataye Namaha to you? Who gave you that mantra ever? Where did you read it?
This is from Sanjay's research.
Okay. The thing is, Sanjay's books and lectures, there are a lot of typos. So when you give a mantra from either Vedic Remedies in Astrology, Sanjay's book, or any papers or any website articles or anything written by Sanjay, you should be careful. You should check whether the mantra is right or not, because there are a lot of typos. Sanjay relies on some people who probably either don't know Sanskrit or just make typing mistakes, and nobody seems to correct them. So there are, even in the printed book, Vedic Remedies in Astrology, there are so many mistakes. Some of them just terrible mistakes, terrible typing errors. And even in some of his website articles, there are a lot of errors. Hanumataye doesn't mean anything. Actually, it means something. It means Hanumati to Hanumati. You are not praying to Hanuman, which I guess is your goal.
Hanuman because of Mars.
Yeah. For Hanuman, the Shabda is Hanumat Shabda. It is basically a Halanda Shabda. Hanumat is a Shabda. If you have, for example, one second, if you have a Samasam like Hanuman's Rupa, for example, you want to say, Hanumat Rupa, it becomes Hanumat plus Rupa. If you want to say Hanuman's Vesha, it becomes Hanumat Vesha, Hanumat plus Vesha. So when it comes in a Samasa with some other word, it is Hanumat. If you want to say in Tatman Bhakti, if you want to say he is coming, Hanuman is coming, then you say Hanuman. And if you want to say to Hanuman, you should say Hanumate. If there is a word that ends with At, it becomes Ate when you are praying. For example, if there is a Dhiman, let's say an intelligent person that you are praying to, Dhimate, Shashankaya Namah, like that. To the intelligent Shashankaya pray, like that you say. So it should be Ate. So Hanumate is the correct word. Hanumataye it doesn't have any meaning. Actually, it has a meaning. I was saying it doesn't have a meaning. It has a meaning, but I'm pretty sure that's not what you are intending. Hanumataye is the Chaturthi Vibhakti for Hanumati Sabda. If you have a Sabda called Hanumati, then it is Hanumataye. So in other words, what you said is not totally meaningless. What you are saying is, I pray to the energy of Hanuman. Instead of praying to Hanuman, you are praying to the energy, which is basically, you can say Suvartira Devi, you are praying to her. Maybe not a bad thing, but if you intended to pray to Hanuman, change the mantra to Hanumate. Okay? Yeah, Hanumate now.
Then I added some here from Vijagra.
Oh my God, okay.
So, that is why it is Om, Gam, Hanumate.
So this mantra is not from any book or anything. Even gum. There is a mantra with gum written somewhere.
No, but he suggested use the Vijagra of the Nakshatra Lord.
Okay.
With Om, Vijagra, Nakshatra Lord, then we have whatever you want to do.
Okay. That sounds fine, but I in general want to caution you about adding Bijakshas to various mantras, because what is the impact of a particular Bijaksha when you are praying to a particular god? It's not a simple subject. Understanding the effect of each Bijaksha in context with a particular god is very complicated. We don't really have full insight into it. So there are, for some devatas, for example, for Ganesha, Gam is a very common Bijaksha. For various devatas, various Bijakshas are very common. So there are mantras with certain Bijakshas for certain devatas already in the literature. They are Siddha mantras. That basically mantras that some rishis or siddhas practiced, they understood the effect of those mantras and gave them to us. We will be in general safe using those mantras rather than creating mantras with new Bijakshas. But if you have a specific guidance from somebody that you trust, then you can follow that guidance. But in general, my word of caution would be careful when you are synthesizing new mantras, especially with Bijakshas. You can synthesize new mantras like Om Shashankaya Namah, instead of Hanuman, if you want to say Veera Hanuman, Om Veera Hanumate Namah, if you do things like that, if you synthesize new mantras just with names, different names of God, so that name evokes different thought in you, different energy in you, that is acceptable. the effect of that will not be drastic. But if you add a Bijaksha, for example, if I say Om Shraum Hanvate Namah, for example, let's say I say, what exactly is the effect of that mantra? It's not very easy to know. Unless you do sadhana of that mantra yourself and experience what it's doing to you, assuming you are capable of experiencing what it's doing to you, and you do it, then only you will know what that mantra is doing. It's very difficult otherwise. But in general, your suggestion of praying to Hanuman is a good suggestion, because always Lagna Lord, he is the one who rescues you from any problem. If you have any health problem, it is Lagna Lord who is the key. And here he is debilitated, and like you said, he is debilitated in the Sukhasthana, and he is with Bhagagesha Saturn. And moreover, Mars-Saturn combination is not always pleasant. But we have to look at dashas and what is going on right now also. We will do that. But apart from it, your basic analysis that Mars should be strengthened, that is a good analysis. So praying to Hanuman in general is a very good suggestion.
Also, I suggested our team to pray simple mantra of Om Gurave Namaha.
Om Gurave Namaha. Why?
To strengthen Jupiter.
Why?
Because for Saturn will only surrender to Jupiter.
Okay.
So
to remove the affliction of Saturn and Mars, he wants to strengthen Jupiter. Not only that, there is actually another interesting thing here. In this particular case, Jupiter is the ninth lord of protection.
But he is also the 12th lord who happens to be in Judgment here.
Yeah. 12th lord is fine, but he is the ninth lord of protection, and he is in Lagna. He is also in Chandra Lagna. Because you are talking about mental problems here. So Chandra Lagna is very, very important. Chandra is the mind. So Chandra Lagna is very important. Chandra Lagna maybe is afflicted. Maybe its lord is weak, debilitated. Actually there is a Parivartana. We will talk about it later. But Chandra Lagna is weak because its lord is debilitated, and also it has Ketu. If you look at Chandra Lagna, the 8th lord from there, Ketu, is afflicting it. So there is a affliction to Chandra Lagna. But is Jupiter's presence there a blessing? Because he is the 9th lord from moon as well as Lagna. He is the protector for mind as well as body. And he is with moon. So he is a great savior. So apart from the fact that you want to alleviate problems given by Saturn, and so you want to pray to Jupiter, Jupiter is a very auspicious planet to pray to. He will give protection to the mind. He will keep the mind more stable. Any instability in the mind, he will get rid of it. So your suggestion of praying to Jupiter is a very good suggestion. But is there any other point that you...
I think they wanted to know any gemstones in the use.
Okay.
I suggested that we saw in the class that using gemstones is going to be the largest purpose and not really...
Yeah.
I'm not good at it and I won't go into it.
Okay.
So if you would like, you can use the...
You said you don't want to suggest it, but you are suggesting it. Okay, go
No,
ahead.
but because of moon is when the efficient here, suggested it. Usually happens that we have some paths to use some poles, if you want to use poles, you can use poles. Or you can use Nakshatra or Ketu, you can use Capsule.
Why Capsule?
That is the thing for Ketu.
But why Ketu? Why Ketu for him?
Ketu is Nakshatra Lord. So
I see. But he is the 8th lord afflicting Lagna. He is the 8th lord afflicting moon. So he may be the...
But what is the effect of the Nakshatra Lord?
Yeah.
He is the 8th lord here.
Yeah.
But Nakshatra is supposed to be the protection.
Are you supposed to give the gemstone of the Nakshatra Lord always?
Yes. Generally, that is the thing that people usually use and wear the gemstone on Nakshatra Lord.
Does it make sense to you? Do you think that wearing the gemstone of the Nakshatra Lord of moon is always going to be good?
Nakshatra Lord of Ketu is
Yeah, Nakshatra Lord of moon. By that I mean the Lord of the Nakshatra occupied by moon. That's why you corrected Ketu, right? Is that always going to be good? Is he always a very good planet? Is he a planet which will always strengthen? Forget Ketu. The Lord of the Nakshatra occupied by moon. Exactly. The Lord of the moon's Nakshatra is important because he controls your mental state. He is important for your mental state, right? So the Nakshatra Lord of moon is a very important planet in the chart. But should you be strengthening him or should you be weakening him? Should you be downplaying him or making him a key entity in your life? That depends on whether he is good for you or bad for you. Just because he controls your mind doesn't mean he is good or bad for you. That doesn't mean he is good for you. He may be bad for you too. And here, if you look at Ketu, do you think he is good? He is a good planet in this case? He is a good planet if you want to be spiritual. If you don't want to be tied down by all this material nonsense life, you just want to live a yogic life. He is a great planet because he is the 8th Lord in Lagna. He is the planet of renouncing everything. And he is with Jupiter. So 8th and 12th Lord, Jupiter and Ketu, very closely conjoined, 20 degrees and 18 degrees. So within 3 degrees, less than 3 degrees. So very closely conjoined, Jupiter and Ketu, 8th and 12th Lord, two Moksha Trikona Lords. The 12th Lord, Jupiter, 8th Lord, Ketu. They are blessing the Lagna. I will not say filtering the Lagna anymore in this context. They are blessing the Lagna. So, if she wants to be spiritual, give up all the material considerations and become spiritual, he is a very good planet. The Ketu is excellent planet. But,
not to use this one.
very good. Very good. So, the bottom line is right. I don't think your suggestion of using Vaidhurya, using the Kashta is a good suggestion. But at the end you said actually don't use any. So that was a good suggestion. And one second. What does the class think about pearl? Is pearl good for her or bad? She should be using it or not? Pearl. Why is it taking so long?
I don't have.
You don't have what?
I don't have good remembrance about.
You don't have to remember, just think now. Think. Why? Pearl is for moon. Red coral for Mars. Let me remind you. Manikya is for sun. Manikya means ruby. Okay? Ruby or Manikya is for sun. Moksikam or pearl is for moon. In Hindi is called moti. And then, what is for Mars? Red coral. Red coral is for Mars. I said just now when you said pearl is for Mars. Red coral is for Mars, the red one. And then, what is for Mercury? Anybody remembers? Emerald, Markatam. Markatam is for Mercury, Emerald. And then what is for Jupiter? Yeah, Pokhraj. Pushyaragam. Pushyaragam in Sanskritam, Pokhraj in Hindi, yellow sapphire in English. That is for Jupiter. And what is for Venus? Diamond, Vajram. What is for Saturn? Neelamani, Neelam. Yeah, blue sapphire. Be more specific. Sapphire is not specific. Blue sapphire or Neelam is for Saturn. What is for Rahu? Gomezhikam. I don't know the English name for it. Gomezhikam. Gomezhikam. I think it's not hexanite. I forget the actual name for Gomezhikam. There is some name in English. In Hindi or Sanskrit we call it Gomezhikam. It's brownish. Reddish brownish. Then for Ketu, Vaidhuri or Castite. So these are the stones that will strengthen those particular planets.
Why are you saying you have to use the stone for Mars?
So you were thinking that Mars should be strengthened, not Moon. Okay. But is Moon bad? That's good. Red coral would have been probably better. But is pearl bad? Is a bad stone? See, Vaidhuriam that he suggested, Castite, we unanimously said it's bad because it is the 8th Lord in Lagna. Okay? What about pearl? Can you say it's bad or it's okay? Why is it neutral or good but not excellent?
Oh.
Okay. Is Moon a functional benefit or functional malefit? Forget the Parivartana. For Aries Lagna, is Moon, pardon me? Yeah, that's what you should look at. When I say is a planet good or bad functionally, you should look at functional benefit or malefic nature. What is the definition? The trine lord is always benefic, functionally benefic. The quadrant lord, what is the rule? If he is a naturally malefic planet, he becomes neutral. If he is a naturally benefic planet, then he becomes malefic. Do you understand? Trines are always good. Quadrants may be either okay or bad, but they are not good. They are either okay, neutral, or good. They are good if you are bad, if you are naturally bad. They are okay if you are naturally bad. Okay? Yes. So for moon, you have to look at the inherent nature. It will be a natural benefic or a natural malefic. For moon and Mercury, it changes from chart to chart. Other planets are fixed. Jupiter and Venus are benefic. Saturn, Mars, Rahu, Ketu, Sun are malefic. Those are fixed. But Mercury is benefic or malefic based on who he is with. And moon is benefic or malefic based on the Paksha. How is the Paksha here? This is Krishna Trayodasi. Moon is waning and also he is very close to Amavasya. He is almost gone. So this moon is a malefic moon. He is almost fully malefic. I mean, even though Shastra only says either benefic or malefic, with a transition occurring on a particular day, you may actually have a concept of 0% benefic, 10% benefic, 50% benefic, 100% benefic, like that, and then reduce, and then become malefic. You can assign a degree to it. And here, even if you do that, he is almost 100% malefic because it is close to Amavasya. Okay? So, moon is basically a malefic planet. So for a malefic planet, owning a quadrant, is it good or bad? It's neutral. Okay? For a benefic, it is bad. Had moon been Shuklapaksha moon, he would have been a functional malefic here. But he is a functionally neutral planet here. Okay? So from that point of view, in general, wearing a stone for functionally malefic planets, you should be careful. You should know what you are doing. You should be involved in some good yogas for you to be wearing those gemstones. And here he is a functionally neutral planet. And is he taking part in any yoga? Several yogas. What are the yogas? Chandramangala yoga, Gajageshari yoga, Kendraadhipati Konadhipati Raj yoga. Moon is 4th lord, Jupiter is 9th lord. 4th and 9th lord conjunction is a Raj yoga. And Moon Jupiter conjunction is Gajageshari yoga. And Moon Mars Parivartana is Chandramangala yoga. And Moon Mars Parivartana is Kendraadhipati Konadhipati yoga. Because Lagna lord and 4th lord are exchanging. So again that's a different Raj yoga. So Moon is giving one Raj yoga with Jupiter, one Raj yoga with Mars, and in addition Chandramangala yoga and Gajageshari yoga. So Moon is involved in several yogas. Okay? So because of that, wearing a stone for Moon is not at all a bad idea. Wearing for. And the thing is, Moon may be weakened by the conjunction with Ketu. Even though he is with Jupiter, Ketu is a little closer than Jupiter. Between Moon and Jupiter there is Ketu. Ketu is blocking the transfer of energy. So when Moon is restricted by the 8th lord from him, Ketu, strengthening Moon is not a bad idea. Strengthening the mental energy. So his suggestion of pearl is not a bad suggestion. Okay? But we will come back to gemstones later. First let us see what is going on. What is in store? Is he in for a long haul or is this a short trip basically? Is it a short-term problem or is her life going to be like this? Or is she on verge of something else? And this is just a misleading symptom of something else. What exactly is going on? Because there is some strength in this horoscope. There is Jupiter and Ketu in Lagna. Usually that's a very auspicious combination for spirituality. So there is some latent spirituality in the person. So is it basically some new phase starting in life? And in the beginning basically people are confusing this for madness or something. So in order to have a better idea, we should basically look at Navamsha, Vimshamsha and other charts. But because there is a complaint of a mental problem, first let us, forgetting spirituality, let us look at it from the physical point of view, from the material point of view. What is the chart that is crucial for seeing mental problems? Any mental instability, etc. What is the important chart? Strength of moon, fine. But apart from Rashi, is there a divisional chart that you should be seeing if somebody has mental problems? Pardon me? Maybe Nakshatransha shows the mental weakness and the overall weakness and strength of the personality. Maybe. But there is a chart that physically shows all this kind of suffering. The mental force. D30. D30, Trimshamsha. Right? Trimshamsha, if you remember, it is based on a seed of 60. What is 30 modulo 12? If you remove multiples of 12 from 30, what do you get? 6. So it basically throws light on 6th house kind of thing. What is 6th house? Enemy, suffering, etc. So it shows light on those things. And secondly, if it is between 1 and 12, it is physical level. 13 to 24 is mental level. 25 to 36 is subconscious level. Physical, conscious, subconscious. So this B30 falls in the third category. So it shows all the subconscious enemies, subconscious evil. So it shows the Papa Purusha within you, the evil man that is hidden, evil person that is hidden within you. Basically all the evils that you do, evil thoughts that come to you subconsciously. You may not plan for it. Those thoughts just come to you, those bad ideas, bad thoughts like anger, jealousy. Those things, you don't consciously plan for them. You don't decide, okay, today I'll be jealous of this person. You don't think. You tell yourself consciously, no, this is bad, I don't want to be like this, I want to be good. But still, the thought just comes to you, so that you can have it. You get that jealousy. So these are things that come at a subconscious level, all these Shadripus. So Shadripus are shown by this, all those weaknesses. And of course, if you have those weaknesses, you must be paying for it. So again, what you pay for those weaknesses also is shown in Himshamsa. So Himshamsa shows the subconscious level reason for root cause for all the suffering that you go through. All the sickness that you go through, according to Ayurveda, any sickness that you experience is because of your basically inherent, latent subconscious evil. If you are cured, there are absolutely no impurities in your subconscious existence. You will be perfectly healthy. So according to Ayurveda, that is the root cause of all your physical health problems also. So even for physical health, this is a thought that you can consider. And definitely for mental suffering, this is a thought that you should be considering. So let us see if there are any weaknesses in that chart, and let us see what is the dasha she is running right now. What is the dasha that we should be applying to her? Is there any special dasha that is applicable? She was born in Aries Lagna in Scorpio Navamsa. The Lagna is Aries in Rashi and Scorpio in Navamsa. So no Vargottama, no Shatabdika dasha. Sun is not in Lagna, no Sastihayani dasha. Is Lagna Lord in 7th or 7th Lord in Lagna? Nope. So Disapradisama dasha doesn't apply. What else? Is 10th Lord in 10th? Chaturasika dasha doesn't apply. Are there any special dashas that apply? No. So what should we be doing? Vimshotri dasha. The regular Vimshotri dasha we will use. Okay. She was running Sun dasha until October 2005. Sun doesn't seem like a big problem. Sun seems okay here. Okay. He is the 5th Lord, conjoining the 3rd and 6th Lord in the 2nd house. Sun in 2nd house with Mercury and the 2nd Lord, good speech, etc. And Mercury and Sun conjunction is a good yoga here. 6th and 6th Lord, Himanta yoga. In general, an intelligent person. There is nothing really untoward shown by Sun. But what about Moon? It is interesting that she started Moon Dasha very recently. That's when the problem started. The problem started in September, and it was in October. On October 1 that the Dasha started. If there is a little error, it could be September also. So around the time the mental problem started, she started Moon Dasha. So some affliction of Moon is the reason for all this. Okay? Yes, there is a Parvatana between Moon and Mars. That is a good point. There is a Parvatana between Moon and Mars. So at least at the physical level, will Moon give his own results or will he give Mars results? What is your take? What is your take? Should Moon be giving Mars results or Moon be giving his own results? Maybe in Navamsa it is different. In Navamsa, Moon may not have a Parvatana, he will give his own results. But as far as physical existence is concerned, Rashi, should Moon be giving Mars results? That is the thing. That is not really, there is no thumb rule given anywhere. Yeah. Yeah. In general, an approximate guideline I can give, I gave in the past also, but I will repeat it, is when the Dasha, Antardasha, Present Dasha of the planets in question come, that's when it is triggered. For example, Moon Dasha, for example, when Moon Mars comes, Moon Dasha, Mars Antardasha comes, that is possibly a period when the Parivartana will be triggered. See what I am saying? So probably in Moon Antardasha, Moon will just end up giving his own result. Okay? Now, how is Trimshamsha? How is Moon in Trimshamsha? And how is Mars in Trimshamsha? Yes.
Moon Mars must be Parivartana.
Yeah.
So now Mars is giving
Sorry? Yes. If it has already been triggered, Mars will give Moon result. The rest of the Moon Dasha will give Mars result. Moon will behave as though he is Mars, and then when Mars time comes, he will behave as though he is Moon.
No, this particular case,
Yeah.
from October 2005,
Yeah. Yeah.
Moon under the sky is going to 2006-2021.
Yeah.
So in some Mars,
Yeah.
that when the Parivartana,
That really when the Parivartana will start giving his result.
that means that Mars is the Indian of 2007 February will also be Moon result.
Yes. Mars Antardasha will give results also it is Moon Antardasha in Mars Dasha. I see, now I understand your question.
So will it be, unless it is Moon Mahadasha and Moon Antardasha until February 2007?
No.
No.
It is as though it is Moon Mahadasha, Moon Antardasha right now. Okay? Until August 1. After August 1, again exact date I can't tell you, but slowly the Parivartana will be triggered. In the beginning it will be as though Mars Antardasha in Moon Mahadasha is giving its result, but eventually it will become as though it is Mars Mahadasha. The Mahadasha that running is of Mars. Mahadasha. And then from then onwards, it will act, Moon will act as though he is Mars. So for example, the next period, Rahu Antardasha, from February 2007 to August 2008, that will be as though it is Rahu Antardasha in Mars Mahadasha, not Moon Mahadasha. Okay? Whole Mahadasha, once that Antardasha comes and triggers it, the whole Mahadasha will behave as though it is Mars. But not as Mars who's in Cancer, but as Mars who's in Aries. Okay? So in the beginning, when Moon Mars starts, in the beginning, the result will be as though it is Moon Mahadasha, Mars Antardasha, with Moon in Aries and Mars in Cancer. But slowly there will be a transition. And after the transition, then the result will be given as though it is Mars Mahadasha, with Mars basically being in Aries, and Moon Antardasha, with Moon basically being in Cancer. As though they have switched the signs, results will be given. That will happen slowly in this particular period. Yeah. Okay. That's a good suggestion. Now let us look at the Trimshamsha. In the Trimshamsha, are there any weaknesses shown by Moon? Is Moon showing any problems? How is Moon in the Trimshamsha chart? Are there any major weaknesses for Moon in the Trimshamsha? Because we know there is a problem, we don't have to say yes. Just look at the chart. Are there any major weaknesses to Moon? No. No, not really. Moon is fine. I mean, he is in the 9th house, he is in an inimical house, and he is in a Vayutatva Rashi. So any weakness in Moon Mahadasha, if any weakness in mind comes, it is of Vayutatva nature. Vayu means basically wandering. So mind may be wandering here and there. Moon in Capricorn or Aquarius in Trimshamsha can mean that mind will be wandering here and there. That kind of problems will come subconsciously. Similarly, if Moon, let us say, is in Aries, what kind of problems can come to the mind during that period? For me? Anger, irritation. If Moon is in a fiery sign in Trimshamsha, the weakness that mind experiences will be of fiery nature. That means Aries or Scorpio. If he is in a sign owned by Mars, if you remember in Trimshamsha, planets can never occupy Cancer and Leo. They are in the other 10 signs. So other 10 signs are basically organized as 5 pairs. pair owned by Mars, pair owned by Venus, pair owned by Mercury, pair owned by Jupiter, pair owned by Saturn. And these two pairs, these pairs basically 5 pairs show problems in fire, water, earth, air and ether. Okay? So depending on the element that is basically being disturbed, that kind of mental problems are possible. If it is moon. For example, I said moon in a sign owned by Saturn, Capricorn or Aquarius means airy problems. That means mind basically wandering, not being stable. Having one thought at one moment, having a totally different thought at another moment. Mind will be very unstable and moving from place to place, thing to thing. Whereas if it is Mars, a sign owned by Mars, for example, moon in Aries or moon in Scorpio, then the mental problems in that Antardasha or Dasha will be of fiery nature, which means lot of irritability, lot of anger. You disturb the person, he will become like, what? Why? Like that. Person will be very angry. There will be lot of latent anger with him in such a period. In general also possible, but in such a Dasha it is more so. If moon, let us say, is in a sign owned by Mercury, what kind of mental problems will you expect? Moon is in a sign, let's say, owned by Mercury, Virgo or Gemini. What kind of mental problems can you expect? Okay, you may not give a precise answer, but tell me at least what element. Mercury is ether. Then what is Jupiter? Mercury is Bhutatva. Mercury is Bhu, earth. So Ati element is disturbed as far as mind is concerned. What does Ati element mean? What is earth? Okay. So that is air. Stability is air. Of course, earth also brings stability, but it brings too much stability. What is earth? What does an Ati weakness show? Why? What a good guess, very good guess. What else? What is the meaning of the 5 elements? What does earth basically stand for? Okay, I'll give you a clue. What shows attachment? You attach, this is mine, this belongs to me. All these attachments, can you guess what element they depend on? What is the element governing attachment? Forget the I factor. Any attachment. You may or may not have the I factor, but attachment, this is mine. I want to hold on to this. That kind of attachment. What is the nature? What is the element that governs attachment? Should it be earth, or should it be fire, or should it be... Ati element is the main element for attachment. Okay. That is why Mercury is a very important planet. If you are seeing attachment to various things, he gets you attached to various things. And that is why in Tantra, Mooladhara chakra is the chakra for Ati element. Basically of your entire existence. Not physical, but Sukshma Sharira. Your Sukshma Sharira has existence in various elements. So Ati element basically resides in the Mooladhara chakra. So if you want your Kundalini to, for example, rise above Mooladhara chakra, the thing that you have to do is forget mantras, tantras, all the procedures. But bottom line is, you must let all the attachments go. As long as you have some attachment left, your Kundalini is up to Mooladhara chakra. Even if it goes up temporarily, it has to come back. Because Mooladhara chakra governs attachment. Various attachments, thinking this prasada is mine, I brought it from Tirupati for all these years. So I have an attachment, I am giving away. This is mine, this cell phone is mine, this body is mine, this shirt is mine, this computer is mine. All these attachments, anything that you hold on to, you hold on, using water you can't hold on. Water is also a kind of attachment, but it's a more subtle kind. If you are holding on, clinging on to something as mine, how can you cling on to something? Can you cling on to something with air? I want to, let's say, hold on to this computer. Can I hold on to it with air? No. Can I hold on to it with ether? No. Can I hold on to it with fire? No, I will burn it if I hold on to it with fire. How can I hold on to something? with something solid. Earth doesn't mean physical earth. When you say the 5 elements, you have to realize that water is not physical water. If you get a glass of water, that's not watery element. Similarly, this ground that we are sitting on, that's not what earthy element means. When they talk about the Panchabhutas in philosophy, they are not talking about physical earth, physical water, physical fire, etc. They are talking about various states of existence. So, earth basically stands for solidity, something that's solid state of existence. So, if I am clinging on to something, then I am clinging on to something with some kind of solidity. There is some solidity in my thought when I am identifying with that. That is what it means. That is why, if any planet or moon, let us say, moon is in a sign owned by Mercury, and let's say that moon is afflicted. If he is not afflicted, there may not be a problem. But if moon is in a sign of Mercury and he is afflicted, the mental problems in such a dasha may be related to too much of attachment. You may be holding on to something that you should let go. And that may be...
It's not necessarily a physical.
It can be anything. It doesn't have to be physical.
It's like one's attachment to the father or...
Yeah. Of course, that is physical. Oh, okay. You are not holding on to your son physically. I understand what you mean. Okay. Any attachment, any difficulty in letting something go and wanting to cling on to something is shown by earthy element. So, if you have, you look at your own Trimshansa, if you have moon in, let's say, a Mercurian sign, you should be careful. Basically, you may have that weakness. Your mind may have the weakness of clinging on to things. So, you will have to basically give up that particular tendency. In Trimshansa, because this is the chart that shows weaknesses. Which of the 5 elements is your weakness as far as moon is concerned, as far as Mercury is concerned, as far as for each planet, depending on the sign it is in, that planet is bringing with it, in your current existence in this life, the planet brings certain weakness to you. Each planet brings a different kind of weakness. And the weakness brought in by each planet is shown by the Trimshansa position of that planet. Pardon me? Yeah? Mars is in Aries. Yeah? What does in general Mars show? Forget Aries. What does Mars show? Moon, I said, shows mind. Similarly, Mars shows your energy level. So that energy level in the Trimshansa chart is in Aries. So that means you have just too much energy. When Mars Dasha comes, there may be a lot of fire within you, lot of anger. You may be being irritated for no reason. That is the Papa Purusha. The Papa Purusha manifests through various planets, through Moon, through Jupiter, through Venus, through Mars, all these planets. They show certain aspects of you. Sun shows your soul, Moon shows your mind, Mars shows your initiative energy, Mercury shows your adaptability, learning ability. Like that, each planet shows a particular slice of you, slice within your existence. If you slice your existence into various layers, each planet shows one particular layer. And now, within that each layer is embedded some sin within you, some weakness, some susceptibility. So that weakness is shown by the Trimshansa portion of that planet. Okay? Yeah. 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 Who rules? Every planet, there are several rulerships depending on what you are talking about. What is meant by ruling. There can be several planets that can be assigned to each chakra. But bottom line is, the point I was making is, Bhutatva basically resides in the Muladhara. And Swadhisthana, Jalatattva. Like that, each of the 5 tattvas resides in the 5 chakras up to Vishuddhi chakra. After that, basically you are above the elements. It is all the elements and this is no elements. But up to Vishuddhi, Vishuddhi is Akash chakra, Akash tattva. Some people may not consider Akash tattva to be a tattva. So they may say up to only 4. But see, Muladhara chakra has Bhutatva. Bhutatva resides in that. All your attachments reside in that chakra. And Swadhisthana chakra has Jalatatva. And your Agni tattva, the fire within you, resides in Manipura chakra. And then in the Anahata chakra, the Vayu tattva within you, that resides. The Akash tattva within you resides in Vishuddhi chakra.
Also, a little bit towards Akash. Yeah. Because, see, Moladhara chakra, also a little bit towards Akash. Because, see, Moladhara chakra has Jalatatva. And your Agni tattva, the fire within you, resides in Manipura chakra. And then in the Anahata chakra, the Vayu tattva within you, that resides. The Akash tattva within you resides in Vishuddhi chakra. Vishuddhi chakra. And then
Yeah, some people say that. But some people say this is basically these two are above tattva. This is all tattva. This is basically no tattva. That is what some people say. But the thing is, what is accepted clearly is up to Vishnu Chakra, they correspond to each tattva. So if you understand what that tattva means, you overcome the weaknesses relating to that tattva, then you basically progress from one chakra to another chakra. So that is the point I was making. So what were you going to ask? Yeah. Yes. See, there are different chakras that are given to each planet. It depends on what purpose you are talking about. For example, apart from these tattvas in the Sukshma Sharira, you can also say this chakra rules over bones, this chakra rules over blood. Like that also, if you read, for example, Lalita Sahasranam, it says Lalita, goddess Lalita lives in this chakra, and then she controls Meda, she controls Akti, she controls blood. Like that, there are classifications given. So you can allot the physical dhatus, not Sukshma Sharira anymore, the physical Sharira dhatus to various chakras. And then if you map planets, because you know which planet governs which dhatu, you have a different map. So depending on the purpose of the map, there are so many maps. So you don't say that Jupiter is this chakra, period. No. For what purpose? For the purpose of overcoming this particular element, then Jupiter. For the purpose of the Karma problem, then this planet. Like that, for each chakra, there are various ruling planets. You can basically give all the planets to each chakra. It just depends on the purpose. Okay? You have to clearly understand the purpose. If you see the map between planets and chakras, you have so many maps given in literature. Harif Johari has his own map. Some other scholar has given his own map. Everybody comes up with their own map. What you have to understand is they are not really competing. They are approaching it from one angle. You have to understand what is the angle that they are approaching from and why they have come up with that map. Okay? Does it answer you? Okay. So the what we have learned so far is Vinchansa is the start of your weaknesses, your susceptibility, your subconscious evil, and basically things where you lack subconsciously. At the subconscious level, from the point of view of subconscious impulses, the problems that are within you, the inherent problems within your existence. That is Vinchansa. And moon, the sign occupied by moon, the Lord basically. If you look at the tattva represented by the Lord, it is either moon or any planet in the sign of Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Venus or Mercury. So it is either air, ether, fire, water or earth. So that kind of problems will be there. And here, coming back to this chart, we have deviated. Coming back to the chart, Moon Dasha started last October, and since then she's been having mental problems, and that is possible probably because Moon is in a Saturnine sign and shows some mental weakness from the point of view of wandering here and there, mind basically having too much air in it, mind being troubled too much by the air, that means mind wandering a lot, the instability of the mind. That makes sense. But does it look really bad? Does it look like life is over? Now, it's basically over. I will read. Really bad. Terrible or look okay. Moon is in Saturnine sign, but apart from it, it's not really that terrible. Moon is not a very, very bad planet here. Okay? So, there isn't a huge problem, huge underlying problem. There is some minor underlying problem at the subconscious level. Okay? But what about the physical manifestation? Look at D6 for that. Okay? D30 is the subconscious level root cause for all the problems, and D6 is the physical problem. So let us look at D6 and Rashi. In the Rashi, can Moon show any mental problems? He is? Yeah, Moon. Yeah, let's say without Parivartana. Without Parivartana, Moon is basically restricted by Ketu. Because Moon is restricted by Ketu, he can, 8th Lord, he can show some undiagnosable problems. If 8th Lord or Ketu are involved, usually the problems are difficult to diagnose. These are strange problems, weird problems, wacky problems. So there can be some undiagnosable problems. So that is one possibility. Now, how is Shashthamsa? षষ্ঠাnsya is a chart that shows physical onset of disease. D30 shows the root cause of the problem. Mind may be wandering too much. That may be the root cause. But actually, is she hospitalized, or is it serious, or is it light? Do people around her see her and think that she is in problem or not? For that you have to look at Rashi and D6. D6 shows physical sickness. D30 shows subconscious sickness. So here, how is moon? Is he a good planet or a bad planet? Does moon show sickness? Can he show hospitalization? Because of yeah. Is the 12th Lord exalted, good or bad? 12th Lord exalted in D6. Good for health or bad for health? Not good. 12th Lord is a Dusthana Lord. Especially 12th house shows hospitalization. And 12th Lord is exalted. It's definitely not good. But at least if the 12th house is good, it's a little better. How is the 12th house? It's bad. It has Rahu and Ketu. So 12th house has Rahu and Ketu, and 12th Lord is exalted, and that is moon. So it's not really that great. Okay? Moon Dasha, Moon Mahadasha, Moon Antadasha is not really a great period. Now, let us look at the Tithi Pravesha and see. But coming back to actually, before we go to Tithi Pravesha, does it look like this is a long problem or can it get better? For a long disease, is 12th house enough or do you need 6th and 8th houses? 6th and 8th are the main disease houses. Does moon have anything to do with them? With the 6th house and 8th house? No, he's basically, only thing is, he's being aspected by the 6th lord, Saturn, which is not auspicious. That's all. There is no other major problem. Okay? So, it doesn't look really that bad. So, looking at all the things that we have looked at so far, can I say that our feeling is that this is a short-term thing, this is not a big problem? Because when somebody gets into this problem, their life can be basically over also. That is also a possibility. For the next 10-15 years, they may be like this. So, does it look like that is going to be the case here, or does it look like she will improve? Yeah. Okay. Now look at D6 Mars, because Mars Antardesha is going to come soon. Forget the Parivartana. In D6 there is no Parivartana, but because the Mars Antardesha comes, the result of Mars will be given. How is Mars? Is he a good planet or bad planet? He is the 4th and 10th Lord, 4th and 9th Lord, Yokaraka, with Lagna Lord. Okay? But he is also Bhadakesha. He is also Bhadakesha. Is he good or bad? Yeah. And from moon, how is he? Because you have to also look from the Dasha Lord. From moon, how is he placed? Seventh and 12th Lord in the 8th house. 7th Lord in 8th house. Is it good or bad? Okay. But overall, 7th and 12th Lord in 8th. What is your conclusion? Is he well placed from moon or badly placed? Does he show more disease or does he show solving it? Okay. Yeah. Will Mars give his own result or will he give Sun's result? Mars Antardesha. He will give Sun's result. He is with Sun. How is Sun from Moon? Of course, from Lagna he is fine. He is Lagna Lord in the 5th house. If Lagna Lord is very important for recovery always. And Lagna Lord in the 5th house. What is 5th house? The house of Porogunja. If Lagna Lord is in 5th house, he shows recovering because of some good karma done in the past. So Sun is a very good planet. But in Moon Dasha, will his goodness basically be reduced? How is he from Moon? From Moon, he is the 4th Lord in the 8th house. Is it good or bad or okay? It's not really that terrible. The moon, sun in fourth lord, sun in the 8th house is not really that terrible. But it's not good at all. So look, combining both the factors, what you can conclude is, in general, sun is good. Sandasha is good. Sanantadasha in most other Mahadashas would be good. But within moon Mahadasha, Sanantadasha is not really that great. So there will be some recovery after August, in the coming 5 months. There will be some recovery, but it may not be full. Because he is still in the 8th house from the Mahadasha Lord. Okay? Do you get it so far? And moreover, where is the bhoga? From moon, sun is in the 8th house. From sun, how is the 8th house? In the 12th house. In the 12th house of hospitalization. So again, it's not looking good. Moon, sun or Mars doesn't matter. In moon dasha, Mars and the dasha, I am looking at the bhoga. So from moon, the dasha lord, the antardasha lord is in the 8th house. Now from antardasha lord, where is the 8th house? In Cancer. That happens to be the 12th house from the natal lagna in DC. So it's not really looking great. So the near future doesn't look great. How is Rahu antardasha? How is Rahu antardasha? Is it good? Yeah. Yeah, bhoga is in the 6th, not that great. Moreover, Rahu, moon is the 12th lord, Rahu is in the 12th house. 12th house results will be given to the fullest. Again, doesn't look great. And in the Rashi chart also, Rahu is afflicting moon. He is afflicting moon. He is Badhakesha, the other Badhakesha, apart from Saturn. So Badhakesha is afflicting moon. No. I told you several times, don't look for Viparit Rajogas in this. Forget Viparit Rajogas in this. So, even though I want to say that she will get well very soon, my suspicion is that these problems may linger on for 18 more times. What about Jupiter? In 2008, Jupiter Mahadasha is coming. How is that Mahadasha? Jupiter Antardasha. How is that Antardasha? How is Jupiter Antardasha? In the district, is it a good Parvatana or bad one? It's an excellent one. It's an excellent one. Lagna Lord and 6th Lord Parvatana is always excellent. So that is one thing. In Rashi, he is the 9th Lord blessing the Lagna. How is Navamsa? Because Navamsa shows all the Purva Punya, all that protects you. In the Navamsa, see, look at moon. This is another point that we have missed. We looked at Rashi and D30 and D6. Look at Navamsa, because this is your protection. If your protection is weak, even a small blow that somebody gives you will make you fall. If you are being protected, if you are strong from within, even if somebody hits you with a big thick stick, still you will be fine, you will be standing fine. The inherent strength within you has to be there. If Navamsa is weak, even a small affliction in Rashi D30 is enough to basically make you fall. So look at Navamsa, how is moon? Is he good or bad in Navamsa? He is the 9th Lord in 8th. He is Badhakesha in 8th. So moon has linked to Badhakasthana as well as 8th house. And he is in Manakarkasthana. Any planet in Manakarkasthana in Navamsa basically is worse than in Rashi. Because this is your protection. Navamsa is your inherent protection. All the gods who are protecting you because of your Purva Karma. That is Navamsa. And as far as moon is concerned, he is not bringing you any protection. He is actually bringing total lack of protection. Because he is in Manakarkasthana. We will see that later. There may be a curse. We will see that later. You can consider. If there is a curse, we can consider curse also. But looking at Navamsa, we conclude that moon is really gone. Moon is really, really weak. Okay? So that also explains why moon, the onset of moon dasha brought so much problem. Now, how is Jupiter in this particular chart? Actually, how is Mars? Mars in Navamsa. He is fine. He is Lagna Lord. Lagna Lord and with the 5th Lord, conjoining the 5th Lord. From moon, he is in the 5th house. So actually, looking at Navamsha, now we will modify what we concluded earlier further. In the Mars Maha Antardasha, there can be some relief. But Jupiter is really a good planet. In all the charts that we have seen, Rashi, D6, Navamsha, in all the charts, Jupiter is a great planet. So we may conclude that there will be some relief from August 1, in the coming 5 months from August. But complete relief is possible only in 2008, 2009, when the Jupiter Antardasha comes. That is when complete relief is possible. Let us look at the Tithi Praveshana. Actually, before that, I just wanted to see, just for my own sake, I want to set the Paryaya Dasha. So, as per the Paryaya Dasha of D6, which is a specific Dasha for use for health matters along with D6, she is being from this May, she is going to run the Aquarius Dasha. Until now she was running the Scorpio Dasha. She was running Scorpio Dasha. And who is the Lord of Scorpio? Who is the Lord of Scorpio here? Maharishi Ketu. Why? Because I asked. What are the rules? Number of planets with them. Rahu and Ketu, 2 planets. Mars and Sun, again 2 planets. Pardon me? Yes. Jupiter and Mercury, are they aspecting either of them? No. Jupiter is aspecting neither Ketu nor Mars. Mercury is aspecting neither Ketu nor Mars. But dispositor, Mars is not aspected by his dispositor Jupiter, by Rashi Drishti, but Ketu is aspected by Moon, his dispositor. So because of that rule, Ketu wins. So Ketu is stronger, and actually you can check here, Ketu. Software also gives Ketu. So Ketu is the Lord of Scorpio. So the results of Ketu are given, Scorpio being a Trishodaya Rashi gives its results in the beginning, first 1/3, okay, and then second 1/3 will give the results of planets aspecting and occupying it, and the last 1/3 will give the results of Ketu, the Lord. Is everybody with me? Yes, the same rules will apply. So most Rashi Dasha, yes. So Scorpio being a Trishodaya Rashi will come in the first 1/3. It will take the first 1/3 to give its result. The Lord Mars, he will get to pick next. Sorry, not Mars, Ketu. The Lord Ketu will pick the next. And he is in a Pushtodaya Rashi, right? Ketu is in a Pushtodaya Rashi, Cancer. So he will pick as late as possible. So he will pick the last 1/3. And then the other middle 1/3 will be the planets occupying and aspecting it. So, in the period when she got sick, the results were given that of Ketu. So results of Ketu, who is in the 12th house, those results are given. So that is why the thing is, Ketu is in the 12th house. Not only that, in the Rashi he is the 8th lord. You have to also keep that in mind. When you look at a particular divisional chart, you also look at various other charts and you can correlate. If, for example, a planet owns the 9th house in Rashi, if the planet is showing some sickness in D6, it may be mild. But if a planet is 8th lord in Lagna in the Rashi chart and he is in a bad house in D6, it may be worse. You see what I am saying? So here Ketu is 8th lord afflicting Moon and Lagna, showing some problems in the physical chart, and he is in the 12th house of hospitalization along with Rahu. So he shows some problems. So it was in the last 1/3 that the problem started. But how is the next Dasha? Aquarius. Is Aquarius a good Dasha or bad Dasha? Aquarius is going to start soon. The first 1/3 will give the results of Aquarius itself. Second 1/3 will give the results of planets aspecting and occupying it, which is basically Rahu, Ketu and Mercury. And the last 1/3 will give the results of the Lord Rahu. Okay? So, in the coming year, basically the results of Aquarius itself will be given. Is Aquarius showing any problems here or is it okay? It's the 7th house. It doesn't really show any sickness or anything. It's not 6th house or 8th house. So, based on this also, it looks like after this some is June, there can be some relief. And based on Inchotri, we thought from August there can be some relief. So hopefully from this, the second half of this year, we see some relief for her. But my feeling is it will still take a couple of years. Yeah. Yeah. Workplace. Oh. Okay. Okay. You can try it. You can try this and see if you see anything. Okay. Now, let us look at the Tithi Pravesh. Actually, before that, I just quickly want to check one thing. Because this is not astrological reason. I just got a suspicion, so that is why. Okay, now let us look at the current year's Tithi chart. Let us look at the Tithi chart. When she got sick, this is actually last year. How is this? How is this chart? Does it explain the sickness? When did she get sick, you said? September 2005. So actually, how is this year? Does it show any problems or that is looking okay? The Hora Lord is Mercury. The Hora Lord is Mercury. Okay, the Vara Lord is Venus. So Venus is the Vara Lord and Mercury is the Hora Lord. How are they? If you look at the Rasi chart, Mercury is in Lagna. Anything bad with it? No. He is closely conjoined Sun. The 4th and 5th Lord are closely conjoining and they are in Lagna. Nothing bad about it at all. Anything else? Okay. So problem started in Venus. Okay. The ruler of the year. He is Venus. Sorry, Vara Lord. Yeah, Vara Lord and Lagna Lord. Is there anything undesirable about Venus? Let us quickly check if he is in Manakargasthana or if he is in any planet in Mrichibhaga, no planet in Mrichibhaga. That is good. What Drakana is Venus in? No inauspicious Drakana. So nothing really, we haven't seen anything really bad. Well, he is the 64th Navamsa Lord, that's about it. But there is no other huge problem. 64th Navamsa, do you know what is 64th Navamsa? Yeah, I think I did. There are, see, basically if you look at the 8th house, let us say somebody is born in Simha Lagna, Leo Lagna at 13 degrees, okay? What is the 8th house from Leo? Pisces. So if you take the same degree, 13 degrees in Pisces, that is the exact 8th house point, okay? If you look at that point and see what Navamsa it falls in, what Rashi, what Drakana it falls in, etc., those lots of those Drakana and Navamsa become very inauspicious, okay? So 64th Navamsa basically refers to that Navamsa. If you count, actually you will understand what I mean. If you count 8 signs, let us say 13 degrees in Leo, okay? So which Navamsa? No, 1 second. Navamsa. Which Navamsa is 13 degrees Leo? In Leo, it is basically the 4th Navamsa, right? Yeah. So it is the 4th Navamsa. So let me actually write down. Then it will be easier. You will understand what I am talking about. Write it down. So that you understand why it's called 64th Navamsa. I can just tell you, look at the 8th house, same degree, find the Navamsa and Drakana where it falls, and look at the Lords. Those are inauspicious. If I define like this, it is easy to understand. Because that's the cusp of the 8th house, the most effective point of the 8th house, right? So where in Drakana and where in Navamsa that is falling is very important. So that way you can understand. But why it is called 64th Navamsa, you will understand when I do this. So let's say in our example, 13 degree Leo, okay? So here, starting from the Navamsa occupied by Lagna, if you keep counting, the first Navamsa is 10 to 13, 20 Leo, right? The second Navamsa is 13, 20 to 16, 40 in Leo. Like that, how many more Navamsas are in Leo? 5 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's say, let me write 5 more. 5, not 5 more. Yeah, 5 more. There are 5 more. So there are 6 Navamsas in Leo. Do you understand? There are 6 Navamsas in Leo. Starting from 10 degrees up to 30 degrees. So 6 in Leo, and then 9 in the remaining signs, Virgo up to Aquarius. So there are 7 signs. So 7 times 9 is 63. Okay? So 63 plus 6. I did something wrong. Not 7. Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius. Only 6. The 7th one, we don't have all the 9 because we have to stop at 30 degrees in Pisces, right? So 6 times 9. So 54. Is everybody with me? I am counting the Navamsas, the 3 degree 20 minute portion, starting from the Navamsa that contains the Lagna, which is basically 10 degrees to 13, 20 Leo. Starting from this I am counting. So if I keep counting up to where? Up to 13 degrees in Pisces. If I keep counting, how many Navamsas will I get? We will find that it will be 54. Okay? 6 plus 54 is 60. 6 plus 54 is 60. Now, in Pisces we have to go up to 13 degrees. So how many do we have to count? Exactly 4. So plus 4. So 64. So that is the 64th Navamsa. You understand? So now why is it called 22nd Drakana? Similarly, if you count Drakanas, 10 to 20 in Leo is the first one. The first Drakana is 10 degrees to 20 degrees in Leo. That is the first Drakana. That contains Lagna, 13 degrees. Now, after this we have in Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn and Aquarius. 6 signs. We have 6 times 3 equals 80. Okay, 80. Now, in Pisces, we have to cover 0 to 10 as well as 10 to 20. Because 10 to 20 is the one that contains that point. Got it? So, 2 more. So, there are 2 in Leo, 10 to 20 and 20 to 30, 18 in the remaining 6 signs, next 6 signs, and 2 more in Pisces. So 2 plus 18 plus 2, what is it? 22. Okay. In general, the formula is, if you take the nth house cut, here it is 8th house. You could as well take the 9th house. If you take the 8th house cusp and look at which Drakana it falls in, which Navamsa it falls in, I said those are important. Actually, that point is called Khara point. The 8th house cusp is called Khara point. So you can look at in which sign it falls in various divisions, and that planet becomes Kharesha. For example, you can do in Dashamsha. You can take the 8th house cusp, see in which sign it falls in Dashamsha. So that planet is called Kharesha as far as Dashamsha is concerned. So there is a Kharesha for various of the divisional charts. Khara is basically the name of one of the, he's a Daman. He's basically I think a chief of army, one of the chiefs of army of Ravana. Yeah, Ravana. And also it literally means mature, bad. Literally. So if you look at the nth house cut, I'm telling you the formula mathematically. If you look at the nth house cut, okay, and let us look at let's say we are looking at DM. Actually, let's say DN and mth house cut. Mth house cut. We are looking at M as in Malaysia, mth house cut. In the divisional chart, DN, N as in Narasimha. Okay, suppose you are doing that. Then we can basically conclude that it will be you are basically, when you are going from the first house cusp to the 8th house cusp, you are essentially covering exactly 7 houses. You are covering 7 times 30 degrees. You are covering 210 degrees. So it's basically 7. It's basically 7 times n, because dn has, each Rasi has n divisions. You are covering 7 signs, and then each sign has n divisions, so 7 times n, and there is a plus 1. Because at the end you are not stopping before, you are covering that one again. You are covering the 30 degree point again. So the formula is 7 times n plus 1. Is it n? No, 1 second. Not 7. It should actually be m minus 1. If it is 8th house, we are covering 7 signs. If it is 9th house, we are covering 8 signs. If it is 2nd house, we are covering only 1 sign. If you go from 2nd house, from 13 degree Leo, if you go, let's say, up to 13 degree Virgo, you are covering just 1 sign. So it's basically m minus 1 times n plus 1. That is the formula. So if you put m equals 8, then you get 7n plus 1. So for Drakana, it is 7 times 3 plus 1, 22nd Drakana. For Navamsha, it is 7 times 9 plus 1, 64. Actually, forget it. This is not astrology. Forget it. Just take this formula. Try to understand it later. If you understand it, is good. If you don't lose any marks in any case. And your predictions won't go wrong. Don't worry about it. But the important thing to know is, see, I'll give you an example. Let us say, go to the natal chart. Forget the annual Tithi Pravesha. Go to the natal chart. Okay? There is an SPKH icon here. Do you see it? Or if you don't see it, then go to view. No, it's not in view. Go to edit. No. User defined special point. I think so. Yes. So go to edit in the menu and then select user defined special point. Or alternately click on this icon which says SPKH. Stands for basically special point, like Hara. So click on it and you can define your own special point. Okay? Let us say Hara. Call it Hara and let's give the symbol KH. K and small h. And let us say it is 210 degrees 0 minute 0 second ahead of Lagna, let us say. From Lagna we are taking the point which is 210 degrees away, which is basically 8th house cusp. So significant point in the 8th house. Click OK. If you do that in the software, you will see the Khara point in all the division charts. So you can find out who is the Kharesha in, for example, Drakana. Go to Drakana. Who is he? Where is it? I don't see it. It's in Cancer. So the Kharesha is basically Moon. Navamsha. Who is Navamsha? It's in Aquarius. Right? So Saturn and Rahu. So you can go to the software and check what does it show. See the Drakana, it shows Moon. If you use Sarasari Drakana. And for 64th Navamsha, it shows Saturn and Rahu. So software gives it for Drakana and Navamsha. But what if you want for Dashamsha? You want to show which planet shows problems for career. So you can look at Dashamsha. See where KH is. It's still in Aquarius. So Saturn and Rahu are the correct job. So when the Dasha comes, even if all other things are good, still they may be prone to some mischief as far as career is concerned. And this applies in annual charts also. Okay? So anyway, coming back to our point, actually apart from this, similarly, suppose you do, let's say, let me call it Bhagya, and let me say BH. Unfortunately, in the current version of the software, you can have only one special point, so you can't define multiple of them, the way I have told you. So you have to do one at a time. So let's say you said 240 degrees ahead of Lagna, which is basically the 9th house cusp. If you are Leo 13 degrees, then this will be Aries 13 degrees. Okay? So 240 degrees ahead of Lagna. So if you do that, it shows something called BH in all the divisions. In Dashamsha, what is it? Moon. It's in Cancer. So Moon is the Lord of the Dashamsha, occupied by the cusp of the 9th house. So he is very important as far as career is concerned. Similarly, you can look in other divisional charts like Navamsha. So this is basically, if you want to give it a name, let's say in Dashamsha, What would be the name for this? Which Dashamsha will be? M is 9. So 9 minus 1, 8. 8 times 10, 80. So 81st Dashamsha. So 81st Dashamsha is a very good Dashamsha. Very good because it is 9. Bhagya. 71st will be bad. 71st Dashamsha will be bad, but 81st Dashamsha will be a good Dashamsha. Okay. So I will close this word file. So like this, you can look at the cusps of various houses in various divisions, and they have their own significance. Coming back to this point, sure, yeah, that planet is a bad planet. It has, apart from its other agenda, it has an agenda to basically give some suffering related to that area. So here, for example, Venus is the 64th, especially Shastras say that the 64th Navamsha Lord and the 22nd Dekana Lord, they can kill a person. When, for example, I think Jatakapajatam talks about it. When Jatakapajatam talks about Maraka, more than the 2nd and 7th Lord, it talks about the 22nd Dekana and 64th Navamsha Lord. So when you look at the ability of a planet to kill somebody, this is an important factor. So that planet can either kill or give death-like suffering. So here, one thing, we are basically trying to identify bad things relating to Venus and then see, does it make sense? In Venus Dasha, she got sick. Is there any reason in this? Does it make sense to you? That's what we will do. So we haven't really found anything bad about Venus. The only thing we found is he is the 64th Navamsha Lord. Okay, what else? Are there any Sahamas near Venus? Where is Venus? He is in Gemini in the 7th degree. 6th degree, 29 minutes Gemini. That's where Venus is. And are there any Sahamas there? Either in Taurus or Libra or in Gemini. Can somebody find them quickly? Okay. Okay. Roga Sahama is there in Taurus. Yeah. Yeah. Kargidi. Bandhana Sahama is there. Bandhana is in Gemini. Vivaha is there. Roga Bandhana. Roga in Taurus. Bandhana is in Gemini. In the annual chart. Annual. Look at Madam so far. Ignore whatever he said. He gave a big list. Interestingly, Roga is still found it. I also found Roga. So I was thinking, I wasn't paying attention to all the things that you said. But when I heard Roga, I thought, okay, it's not the right thing. Yeah, Roga is in Taurus. It's basically he owns the Roga Sahama and he occupies the Bandhana Sahama. Bandhana can show hospitalization, imprisonment, etc. But that's it. He has association with a couple of that Sahamas and he is 64th Navamsha Lord. Is it enough to give such a problem? Yeah, no. We have to be honest. If it doesn't make sense, we'll say it doesn't make sense and move on. Instead of saying, yeah, it makes sense because this and that. So let us be honest. So far, it doesn't make sense. So something is missing. Is there anything else missing? Are there any divisional charts that you want to see? Any divisional charts? Like D6? How is Venus in D6? Does he show any health problems or is he fine? He is the Lagna Lord and 8th Lord and in the 8th house. What would he show? Can he show health problems? Yeah. And 8th Lord in 8th also can. Normally 8th Lord in 8th we say is good. He gives Sarala Yoga. But straightforwardness in the matter of health is basically, in the matter of disease, just give a straight disease. But if the 6th Lord is in 6th or 8th Lord is in 8th, that's not auspicious in Samsa at all. Similarly, 6th Lord in 8th, 8th Lord in 6th, all those Jyotish Yogas are also they are not yoga. So he has association with the 8th house, point number 1. So he can give disease. So that is one thing. How is he in D30? How is Venus in D30? Does he show any conscious evil? Not really. He is fine. He is the Lagna Lord in the 8th house with Parivartana with Saturn. Not really. Nothing. No real problems are being shown. So whatever root cause, lot of worry, internal worry that probably started earlier. Not in this particular dasha. But in this particular dasha, physical disease, some physical disease coming out is possible. I mean, physical symptoms of the problem coming out is possible because he is the 8th Lord in disease. So now, what you have to notice is, even though Venus is Lagna Lord and he is basically well placed in the Rashi chart, just because he is in the 8th house in D6, he gave a disease. So the lesson is, if you see, when you are looking at a divisional chart, don't think that divisional charts are second fiddle to Rashi chart. Divisional charts are very important. But he is the Lagna Lord in the Rashi chart. His basic agenda is to give good health. So can there be any serious, huge suffering, or will it be moderated? It will be moderated. Had Venus been a bad planet in Rashi chart also, it would have been much more serious, like a big accident or something. Now it is basically relatively benign problem. You see what I am saying? Because he is the Lagna Lord in Rashi chart, even though people around her may be still worried, it's relatively a benign problem compared to what could have been. If the planet is in the 8th house in Shashansa, there can be big diseases also. Now, how is this year overall? How is the period right now? You said she was hospitalized when? A couple of weeks back? 3 weeks back. How is the period right now? Okay. Is it possible that she would be hospitalized in Netri Dasha? Is Netri Dasha capable of giving hospitalization? Quick. He is the 12th Lord. He is in AA. He can give suffering as well as imprisonment. Not imprisonment, I'm sorry. Hospitalization. I was thinking 12th house. My mind translated as imprisonment. I meant to say. Pardon me? Yeah. Yeah, but he is not only 2nd Lord, he is also a 6th Lord, so it's not that bad. But he is Bandhana Sahama Lord. In Rashi chart, he is the Bandhana Sahama Lord who is in Lagna. Always, Bandhana Sahama Lord coming into Lagna or Lagna Lord going into Bandhana Sahama is bad. It can show some kind of imprisonment. So yeah, that's a good point, yes. So Maraka as well as Bandhana Sahama Lord in Lagna. So there can be some problem, but how is future? How is Mars Dasha? Sorry, not Mars. How is Saturn Dasha? Is Saturn good? No, Saturn is, if you look at Shashthansa, forget which house he owns. Basically, Mars and Saturn, 2 planets who show disease, who are Karakas for disease. They are sitting in Lagna. So overall, forget everything else. Mars and Saturn in Shashthansa Lagna, not really auspicious as far, and Lagna Lord in the 8th house. Because of these 2, and Rahu and Ketu in the 6th house. Because of all these factors, doesn't look like this is a great year for health. Yeah, but is Jupiter better? No. Jupiter is not any better. In Shashthansa he is the 6th Lord. In Rashi he is the 8th Lord. So I don't think Jupiter is any better. So this year chart, if you see the Shashthansa, you can see that the combinations are not really great for good health. So even though there may be ups and downs, I am not very favorable that year is going to see any growth. How is next year? Oh, actually next year is starting on May 24. So how is next year? How is this Shashthansa? And how is the Rashi? In the Rashi chart, where is Lagna Lord? Lagna Lord Mars is in the 8th house. Is that good for recovering from diseases? Let's just be honest. Yeah, we'll see Hora Lord, but Lagna Lord in the 8th house, is it good for health or bad for health? Bad for health. Hora Lord is Venus. Is Venus well placed or badly placed? Manakaraka Sthana. He is Maraka, 7th and 12th Lord. So Maraka and in Manakaraka Sthana, afflicting moon. In Mruchupada, he is in AA. How is Shashtamsha? How is Venus? The ruler of the year is Shashtamsha. He is the 8th Lord and 3rd Lord. Does he show suffering or does he show recovery? He doesn't really show recovery. Okay? How is he in Navamsha? How is he in Navamsha? In Navamsha he is not that bad. He is basically a Yokarta in Navamsha in 3rd house. So overall, looking at all the things, looking at the strength of the Lagna Lord as well as Hora Lord, does it look like next year is going to see complete recovery or does it still look? There may be some improvement, but it doesn't look to me like she is going to be fine this year. That is my feeling. Now let us look at 2007. How is 2007? How is the year 2007? The Lagna is Sagittarius. Lagna Lord Jupiter is in the 12th house. And the tree is very strong aspect in Lagna. Hora Lord is Mars. Okay. Hora Lord is Mars. But do we see a lot of suffering like we saw in the other case? This seems a lot better, even though Lagna Lord is in the 12th house. This chart seems a lot better. And how is Shashtamsha, the chart of disease? Lagna Lord Mercury is in the 11th house, afflicted by Rahu and Ketu. Right? So there is still some affliction, but overall it doesn't seem that bad. Actually there is another bad thing. Look at who are aspecting Lagna. Mars, Sun and Saturn. Is it a good combination? Mars, Sun and Saturn being together is terrible. And their aspect on Lagna. Rajadashti as well as Grahadashti. Is it good or bad? It's terrible. And moreover, they are the 6th Lord, 8th Lord and 12th Lord. The 3 Dusthana Lords got together and they are aspecting Lagna. Yeah, added to it Gurika is there. But they don't need Gurika, there are enough Gurika. Now in that context, Lagna Lord, even though he is in the 11th house, being afflicted by Rahu and Ketu, that to 6th Lord and 3rd Lord. Again, if you look at both of them, Shashtamsha doesn't really show a lot of belief. And now in that context, Lagna Lord being in the 12th house could even show hospitalization, more hospitalization, given that context. And let us look at how is the Rogasahamam and Bandhanasahamam. So even this year doesn't look good, honestly. How is Roga and Bandhana in the annual chart? Rogasahamam is at the tag end of Leo, and Rogasahamam is in Leo and Bandhanasahamam is in Gemini. Okay. So Rogasahamam Rogasahamam has Ketu in it, the 12th Lord, and Rogasahamam Lord is in 6th house. So there is a link between 6th house and Rogasahamam Lord. So, and in the Shashtamsha, he is one of the bad planets, aspecting Lagna. So overall, looking at all the factors that we have mentioned so far, does it look like this year finally she is going to be hale and healthy? Doesn't seem likely. How is the next year? How is 2008? How is this year? First Shashtamsha. How is Shashtamsha? The planets who show sickness, 6th and 8th Lord, Sun and Venus, they are not affecting Lagna or they are not doing anything. They are on the other hand with exalted Mars. Mars is the ninth lord of protection. He can dominate over them. And they are in the 11th house. They have nothing to do with Lagna or anything. And, excuse me, Lagna lord Jupiter is finally aspecting Lagna. But, is it all beautiful, or are there bad problems also here? Rahu and Ketu there. Rahu and Ketu are in Lagna. But, they don't really show a lot of problems. They are not 6th and 8th lords or anything. Ketu is the 9th lord. He can show protection. He can show relief. So, especially when he is in Pisces, Ketu is more powerful than Rahu. So, there is that aspect, and there is Parivartana between Mercury and Jupiter. So, that is a good yoga. Compared to the last 2-3 Shashtansas, this Shashtansa doesn't have anything really terrible, except Rahu and Ketu in Lagna. But Jupiter's aspect on Lagna is very good, especially when Mercury and Jupiter exchange results. When Jupiter starts to act as though he is in Lagna, he can totally dominate Rahu and Ketu. Yes, and Jupiter and Ketu in Lagna, giving relief. It is possible that the relief will be more than medicine, it will be spiritual. It will be some guru or some spiritual path basically. Her finding a spiritual path or some spiritual guru helping her, that can give her relief. Because the sign involved is Pisces, the planets involved are Jupiter and Ketu. Lagna Lord and 9th Lord together in Lagna. You see what I am saying? So, that is one thing, and the other thing is, this year seems to be the year when she will finally be cured. What is it, 2007 or 8? 8? 2008 June, after 2008 June 1. That is when Jupiter's blessings are coming. And how is that Jupiter in Navamsa and Rashi? He is strong enough. In the Navamsa, Jupiter is in the 4th house in Om sign, with Mars giving Guru Mangala Yoga. Nothing really bad about him. And in the Rashi, again he is giving Hamsa Yoga. 4th Lord in the 4th house, Hamsa Yoga. So Jupiter is giving Hamsa Yoga. And 4th Lord gives comfort and happiness. So when 4th Lord is in 4th house, there should be some happiness. Even though there is ethics there, still Jupiter seems fine. So overall, looking at all the factors that we have. And who is the Hora Lord? Hora Lord. Mercury, the Lagna Lord of Rashi chart, and the planet who is involved in a Parivartana with Jupiter in D6. He is the Hora Lord. So, this year seems like a very good year. Especially Jupiter Dasha, which starts as soon as the year starts, or next Mercury Dasha. These two Dashas will be good Dasha, important Dasha. For me? Yes, Samsa Yoga and Rashi as well as Navamsa. This is Samsa Yoga. Yeah. He is in Vargotma. So, this year seems to be the year when she will fully recover. Until then, there may be on and off recovery. 5 more years. 2 more years. 2.5 more years. What did we say was the natal Dasha? Is it Moon Jupiter running then? No. I thought Moon Jupiter around that time comes. Right? 2008 August. So Moon Jupiter Antardasha, when it comes, at that time the annual Tithi Pravesha chart is also showing relief. So that is ominous. Because we have two things. Basically, Jupiter is the savior that year in the annual chart, and his Antardasha is running at that time. So he will save even more. That will increase the tendency of Jupiter to save. So overall, can we conclude that for the next couple of years things will continue to cause some concern to people around her? And despite any remedies they may do, things may only be so and so. And it will be after 2008 June, basically second half of 2008 and 2009, when she will really recover. So can we say that? And how will be the transits at that time? Let us say, you know what? Close this and see what. Now the same settings will be same. So 2008. Let us say 2008, say September 19. Jupiter is transiting in Sagittarius at that time. So, in the annual chart, Jupiter is getting full control, and in the Dasha, as per Vishwadhini Dasha, Jupiter is getting Antardasha, and his transit is in Sagittarius. Is Sagittarius transit of Jupiter good for her or bad for her? Forget the Tithi Pravesh. When you look at the transit, look at it with respect to natal chart. In the natal chart, Aries is the Lagna as well as Aries is the Janmarashi. Moon is in Aries, Lagna is in Aries. So 9th house from Lagna as well as Moon. Is it a good sign for Jupiter to transit? Is it? And if you look at Jupiter's Ashtavarga, it has 4 points. And out of those 4, it's Moon and Sun. Moon and Lagna. Two important differences. So that transit of Jupiter is very good. And also look at the D6, Shashtansha. That is basically the 5th house of Sorohonya and Shashtansha, owned by Jupiter. So he is transiting in that time. So it's a very good transit. So Jupiter's transit is very good, and Antardasha is that of Jupiter. He is very good in the chart. If you look at the chart, Jupiter is very strong and he actually shows recovery. So this is the year. This is the year when she will finally recover. Until then, they have to just keep some patience. And now, that is usually not sufficient. If you say keep patient, that's usually not sufficient. Even if it makes some difference or not, still you have to give something so that people feel. People have something to try, then people are busy. People don't have anything to try, they are worried. See what I am saying? So, and it's not just that. You are not giving something just to keep them busy. It will have some impact. What I am saying is, the impact may not be enough until 2008. She may not recover fully. The recovery may be only partial, and the relief may only be so and so. But still, so and so relief is better than no relief. So, okay. What should we suggest? What fasting do you want to suggest? Is she mentally unstable or does she get these pulses? Not always, right? Not always, yeah. And she realizes that she has this problem? So, is there any fasting you can suggest? Keshu wants to suggest fasting. He seems to be a fan of fasting. Yeah. Yeah. Why are they much better?
Because they don't have a side effect. They're not carrying an extra reason going to be.
Yeah. But sometimes it may be better to, if we don't have anything at all. Suppose I want to construct a temple and I have no money, but I decided that by the end of this year I will construct this temple. It will be better for me to take loan and then build it. And maybe I will get it back. You have to basically have that courage sometimes. If you say I will do hospitality, I will beg every day in front of the temple, I will get money and eventually I will build a temple with that money. That is sattvic, but you may never do it. So the thing is, see, I am a big fan of sattvic remedy, but you have to realize that for some people they are not appropriate. Sattvic things are not appropriate for everybody. They are appropriate only for some people. So when Rajasic or Tamasic remedies are needed for some people, you should not hesitate. Intuition. There's no, you decide based on how much pain the person is in, how much pain the people around the person are. Based on it, you may decide if you are Rajasic remedy. Because if it helps in the short run, again the thing is, if the person is a bad person, if you suggest a Rajasic or Tamasic approach to the person, they may not be able to pay back. So, in other words, if you tell somebody comes to you, I want to build a temple, what is the best way? For one person you may say, keep working hard like you are, after 20 years you will build it. To another person you may say, take a loan from the bank, build a temple, and then you will slowly get some money and you will pay it back. But if the person is a bad person, he is somebody who is prone to defaulting loan, if you give that advice, that will be karma for you also. So that's the nature of the person. Then that's not your problem. That's not your problem. But if somebody comes to you, you give that advice, he goes to the bank, gets a loan, builds a temple, but even after he gets money, he doesn't pay back to the bank, then you have incurred karma. So as an astrologer, when you are giving Rajasic and Tamasic guidance to people, the only thing that you should be concerned about is the karma that you will incur because of the help, because of the advice. So look at the nature of the person. Is she an inherently good person or a bad person? If she is a good person, even if she basically borrows some, gets a karmic runa, gets some new karma by doing some Rajasic and Tamasic measures, she may pay back for it within this life. If that is the case, this is worth it. Basically, if somebody has 2 kids, small kids, to take care of, etc., and this is causing a huge problem, it may not be a bad idea to suggest something Rajasic or Tamasic also. Suggesting Ayurvedic health, for example, is not a bad idea in those cases at all. So now, actually, let us see. First, gemstone. What is the right gemstone for us? Yeah, natal chart. Natal chart. Rati, Navamsa, everything. Who is the big savior for her, like you said? Moon is weak. That is the reason for all the problems. No doubt. But should we strengthen Moon or just strengthen Jupiter? Who is the savior? Pardon me? Okay, not a bad idea at all. So how do you do that? Not a bad idea at all. Very good idea. How do you do that? Combine their 2 gemstones. So pearl and yellow sapphire. Have a yellow sapphire in the middle and 2 pearls on both sides. Make a ring. If she wants a ring, that is the right ring for her. Yeah, it's actually a good idea. If she is wearing a gemstone ring, it's a good idea to mix both of them. Yellow sapphire and pearl. That's what I was going to say next. Now the question is which hand and which finger? Wear it on the right hand, for me. Yeah. Yeah. What are we doing this for? For dharma, artha, kama, or moksha? Jupiter is the savior for her. So we want to basically tap into the protective energy of Jupiter, so that her physical existence is protected, so that people around her live a good life. So that protection is basically dharma. Protecting your physical body and mind is your dharma. So you are talking about dharma. So what is the finger for dharma? The ring finger. So right hand ring finger. That is the right finger. First of all, Jupiter and Jupiterian planets all like the right hand, and Venusian planets like the left hand. That is one theory. The other theory of Sanjay is, if you wear a ring on the gemstone on the right hand, you basically strengthen the planet. If you wear on the left hand, you weaken the planet. Left hand is basically Pingala Nadi, Ida Nadi, basically suppressive, and right hand is aggravating, gifting. So because of that, the right hand is appropriate. Right hand ring finger, wear yellow sapphire. It's not pearl, just wear yellow sapphire. That is good enough. But if he can, it will be even better to wear yellow sapphire with pearl. Yellow sapphire in the middle, pearl on both. A big yellow sapphire. And then he pearl on the two sides. If he wears that, that will be good. Okay. What are the consequences that you forget. I myself don't know many of them. You can do various tantras also. You can basically get a spirit, get control over a spirit, let it work for you. You can do all that kind of things. Those are conflicts. Those are too risky. Don't follow. You can do that. You can do that. But let us. This is enough. Yeah. You can do that. You can definitely do that. You can do that.
Whoever you want to become person,
yeah, right.
and then
it's more than planets. You choose based on the Purushartha that you want to be impacted. It is Moksha. The index finger is Moksha. The middle finger is Artha. The ring finger is Dharma. And the little finger is Kama. So you decide the Purushartha which you want to be impacted by wearing this ring. Is it Artha? Are you doing it for fulfilling your desire? Are you doing it so that you can do well in your job and make good money? Are you doing it because you want to get moksha? Because getting moksha, don't think that it's a nice thing. When I say, are you doing it for getting moksha, you may say, yes, I want moksha. What things should I wear? But the thing is, moksha is not a simple process. Moksha means cutting off everything. So if you wear something on this index finger, it may result in a lot of things being cut off from you. You may or may not be ready for it. So you should be careful. That's why I say, don't wear on this finger. Other three fingers are the ideal fingers. Artha, Dharma and Kama. In this particular case, it is Dharma that you want to impact. That is why I say finger. So that is one remedy. You can wear that thing. It is very good for us. Secondly, the fasting. Is there any fasting that you want to suggest? So usually, basically, what you are giving, like to your wife, to your husband, to your kids, to the society, what you are giving, so that you are in a position to give. The thing is, she may be giving, but there may not be any obstruction in the giving. That's not the real problem. The problem is her health. She is not in good health. So I don't think dual fasting is going to be that helpful. I mean, the health may be causing a small obstruction in the giving also, but that's not the main problem. The problem is in the health. So you more than usual, if you want to fast, ale may be better. The day of the ale she is in cancer. So Monday fasting may be better. But the thing is, if she is getting into this state, my feeling is there is lot of vata. So I would actually not recommend fasting to her. See, Lagna Lord Mars is with Saturn, Bhagaketa Saturn, and Moon is in Lagna. Moon is basically, Prashapaksha Moon is basically full of vata. So Moon is in Lagna, Mars is affected by vata planet Saturn. So because of all these things, my feeling is he has lot of vata. And if somebody has lot of vata, fasting is not a good idea. It will aggravate vata even more. It can actually worsen the problem. So forget fasting. I don't suggest fasting. Now praying, who can she pray to? Who can she pray to? Okay. Guru for Dakshinamurti. What else? It's always the case there? Yeah, if you strengthen the Varisa, it will always be helpful. Is it Tuesday here? Yeah. So Lagna, because Lagna Lord is Mars, you can pray to Mars-related planet, Mars-related Devata, or because he is running Moon Data, you can pray to Moon-related Devata, or because Buddha is the savior, you pray to Buddha-related Devata. Who should you pray to? some form of mother. Okay. So Jupiter moon is selected and he had some form of mother. Any other thought? Okay, Shiva is following. Who is the devata for moon? First, have we decided moon? Okay, you said you want to go with moon and Jupiter rather than Mars. Okay, but the thing is, that moon is very. Yeah. Okay. See, there are so many things that you can suggest. You can suggest Hanuman, you can suggest Lalita, Sasnam, Parvati, you can suggest Dakshinamurti, Shiva. Each will work in its own way. Each will work for her. But what I thought was, because it is moon, because the main key is moon. Moon is the planet in Lagna there, who is affected. She is having mental problems, and moon dasha is running right now. So because moon is the key, my thinking is mother, divine mother, Mother Lalita. But in what form? So for that, moon is basically in Parivartana with Mars, it's debilitated Mars. So moon in Parivartana with Mars. So some Ugra Devata. Moon is with Ketu and also in Parivartana with Mars. So to tap that Martian energy, some Ugra form. Okay. Saturn will be Kali, Mars can be Chandi, for example. So the thought that just came to me is that Chandi part may be good for her, but not the full Chandi part. Chandi part has three parts: Prathama Charitam, Madhyama Charitam, and Uttama Charitam. Three parts. And the first one, the Devata is Mahakali. The second part, the Devata is Mahalakshmi. For the third part, the Devata is Saraswati. One is basically Tamasic energy, one is Sattvic, and one is Rajasic. Those are the three parts. So here, though Moon and Mars are the planets, there is Jupiter there. Jupiter is the blessing planet there. And Jupiter shows Sattvic nature. And Moon also is a Sattvic planet. So I will select the Devata based on Moon and Mars, and I will select the nature of the Devata based on Jupiter. Jupiter shows Sattvic. So I will suggest, instead of reading the 700 slokas, which will take an hour and a half or hour for her, or maybe even more if she is not serious as it is. Instead of reading the whole thing, you can start from the second chapter and read the Mahalakshmi part. The part for which Mahalakshmi is the Devata, the Madhyama Charitam. So I will suggest in Chandi Patham or Durga Saptashati, take the Madhyama Charitam. And if she reads that every day, or at least every Tuesday, if possible every day, at least every Tuesday. If she does it for a while, there can be some relief. So that is what I will suggest. And the ring, if she can play. Any other? And the ring, if she wears the ring, let her wear it for the first time on a Tuesday. Any other question? Because they are in Mars sign. Moon and Jupiter are in Mars sign. So in a friendly sign. Had they been in a different sign, I would have picked their own day, like Monday or Thursday. Because they are in a friendly sign here in Lagna, I will pick the Lagna day. So Mars, Tuesday, Mangalwar. Okay. Any other? We don't have time. I want to end now, so another day.